Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about addiction, and this one was the most voted on. And don't worry, for the people that did vote for my past experiences, I will also do a video after this one. So first I'd like to start off with thank you everybody for your vote. I find that really helpful when you guys are engaged in my channel and I know what content to create because I know what you guys want. So thank you so much for your votes. I'm going to start my video off now. So what is addiction? So addiction is a biopsychosocial disorder characterized by compulsive engagement in rewarding stimuli despite adverse consequences. So basically, if you're an alcoholic, as soon as you take a drink, you can't stop. And it doesn't matter if you could get alcohol poisoning, it doesn't matter if you pass out with a hangover, it doesn't matter. You just want to get drunk. Same with drugs. You don't stop until you get your desired effect. So personally, me being an addict, I know a whole lot about not stopping. When I was an addict, I was addicted to meth and I was addicted to fentanyl. And then when I was like a kid or whatever, I did weed, I did more coke. And as I got older, it moved on to the meth. But I've always done fentanyl. So I started using at age 13 because of my life and what was going on at that point. So yeah. So what should you look out for if you suspect that somebody is using? So you can look for a lack of control or inability to stay away from a substance or behavior, because it doesn't always have to be drugs or alcohol. It can be gambling, it can be porn, basically anything that you feel like you have to do it would be an addiction. Okay? Decreased socialization, like abandoning commitments or ignoring relationships. Sorry guys, my hair is so short. I just cut it, so it's up in a ponytail right now because I don't like it. But yeah. So, if your loved one starts going, I don't want to hang out with anybody, and they're normally like a really social person, that would be a warning sign. Ignoring risk factors, like sharing needles despite potential consequences, and that's what we were talking about in the what is addiction. It doesn't matter what the consequences are. If you could get a bloodborne illness, you just want to get high. So there's that. Being secretive. And be careful with the being secretive thing, because just because somebody's being secretive doesn't mean they're an addict. It could mean that they're planning some surprise for you. It could mean that they're cheating on you. I don't know. But it doesn't always mean addiction. So be very careful with that one. Lying and stealing. Financially unpredictable, like having large amounts of cash at times but no money at other times. Changes in social groups. Repeated unexplained outings, often with a sense of urgency. Finding drug paraphernalia such as unusual pipes, cigarette papers, small weighing scales, etc. Finding stashes of drugs or alcohol, often in small plastic, paper, or foil packaging. So if you see any little paper folds, if anybody knows what those are, they're just basically little papers that you fold. Put your little dope, you put the dope in, fold it up, there you go. Or there's dime bags. You can find those if they're using. There's also common symptoms if you are addicted. This is the stuff that you will encounter. You will encounter tolerance issues. So tolerance is the need to engage in the addictive behavior more and more to get the desired effect. Now, here's the thing. When you're an addict and you first do a drug, it feels, whoa, it blows your mind. But as you use more and more and more, the harder it is to get to that point. And you'll never ever get the same high as you did when you first picked up the drug. And that's what people usually are chasing. I've chased it. I've always wanted it. And I still have dreams about it. I still struggle at times, but you know, being 1 year clean is a really big accomplishment for me. And I think it's worth more than doing the fentanyl again. So yeah, there's that. If you don't have the drug, withdrawal will take place. And this happens when the person does not take the drug or the booze or engage in the activity and they experience unpleasant symptoms, which are the opposite of the effects of the addictive behavior. So with meth, you're going to sleep a lot, you're going to feel irritated, you're going to feel depressed. With alcohol, it can be quite dangerous. So if you're a heavy alcoholic, I don't recommend detoxing on your own. Same with opiates. Opiates are very dangerous. I've personally detoxed myself off fentanyl twice. Once when I was on the streets, and the second time was in a detox. And yeah, now for this time, I couldn't detox alone, so I had to go on methadone. And before the methadone was high enough, they had to prescribe me morphine, and they'd break the pill open and they'd make you swallow the little balls of morphine. And I was still having to use at that point, but I was starting to taper down. So, but I did it with the help of medical professionals because it's really difficult. And I think that's why I kept on relapsing, is because I didn't get any help with it. I thought that if I could just quit the drug, then everything would be fine. And it's not. There's a lot you need to do. There's a lot you need to relearn. Okay? So, difficulty cutting down or controlling the addictive behavior. That's a huge one. So that's why it's really important to decide, just quit it. Go to the doctor. Ask them for either Suboxone or methadone. I think you can do Suboxone for meth too. So there are options that you can use. Social, occupational, or recreational activities, becoming more focused on the addiction. So everything you do is about your drug, or everything you do is about the booze. You won't do anything unless there's drugs there, or you won't do anything unless there's gambling or porn, or you get what I'm saying. So basically it says social, occupational, or recreational activities becoming more focused on the addiction, and the important social and occupational roles are becoming jeopardized. Okay? The person is becoming preoccupied with the addiction, spending a lot of time on planning, engaging in, and recovering from the addictive behavior. So, yeah, that's all your time is. It really, honestly, drugs, they start out really fun, but then they become a huge chore. Because you're always trying to get money for it, you're always broke, you're always sick, you never feel good, you feel guilty about doing drugs, you feel guilty that you're not doing the drugs because you're in so much pain. It's just not a good way to live. And I got really sick of it. So, there's also extreme mood changes, going from happy, sad, excited, anxious. They're just all over the place. Sleeping a lot more or less than usual, or at different times of the day or night. Changes in energy, unexpectedly and extremely tired or energetic. You can have weight loss or weight gain. With meth, usually you have weight loss. With fentanyl, I found that I gained. And same with alcohol. You tend to gain weight because alcohol is empty calories. So, there you go. Unexpected or persistent coughs or sniffles. That's another one, because if you're snorting a lot of coke or you're snorting a lot of drugs, your nose is going to get really, really, really clogged up really quick. And that'll cause it to run sometimes. It'll burn your nose. I never liked snorting drugs, but I did smoke them a lot. Seeming unwell at certain times and better at other times. So this is a good example of fentanyl. When we didn't have, me and my fiance now, when we didn't have our dope, we would start to feel so disgusting, so sick. But then the minute we had a puff of fentanyl, and this is how strong it is. It's crazy. You're so sick. You take a puff of fentanyl, you instantly stop sweating. You instantly stop getting hot flashes and cold sweats and all that. It goes away. The first and second puff. It's really bad. So that's why I think a lot of people are scared to get off fentanyl, because it's so hard and it's so painful and it makes you so sick and it makes you feel like you're losing your mind. It really does. So, like I said, go to medical professionals. It's not easy to detox on your own. I've done it twice and it was hard. And in the end, I ended up relapsing later on anyway. Okay, so pupils of the eyes seeming smaller or larger than usual. So with meth, you're going to see dilation, acid dilation. With heroin and fentanyl and stuff, it's going to be like a pin, very tiny pupil, like a pin. So, yeah. That is my little thing on addiction. Oh, wait. Oh, right. No, it's not. Sorry. So if you or a loved one is struggling from addiction, you can look up any like rehabs in your, or detoxes, sorry, because you got to go to detox before you can go to rehab. So if there's any detoxes that you think are good locally, there's also Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Admin National Helpline, and I'll put that number right there for you guys. And yeah, so try to get help for those who are addicted, or if you're addicted yourself, it's best to get help like right away. The sooner the better. So yeah. Thanks again for your support and for voting. That actually made me really happy to see that people were actually voting. And yeah, if you guys have any ideas or any comments that you want to add to this, by all means, go ahead. So I'm going to end the video here, and I think that our next video is going to be about past experiences. Okay, guys? All right. Take care. Bye.